Hey hockey fans, welcome to Goal Line Hockey, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take a look at the 2019-2020 season third jerseys and Winter Classic and Stadium Series jerseys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe for more of this content in the future. With the 2018-2019 season being the first rollout of third jerseys in Adidas did not disappoint, as we saw the Anaheim Ducks bring out an anniversary jersey, the Carolina Hurricanes with that black jersey with the second flag, the New York Islanders going back with a little bit of a throwback to the 2012 Stadium Series, some teams going a little bit off the cusp, the Boston Bruins with their new Winter Classic, the Blackhawks as well with a black Winter Classic. So some really beautiful jerseys this year. And I mean, it's very exciting. I love NHL jerseys. I love talking about them. And make sure if you like this kind of content, make sure to let me know. And let's get right into this, because the 2019-2020 season is looking like another big year for NHL jerseys, with some Stadium Series games, some Winter Classic stuff with the Nashville Predators and the Dallas Stars at Cotton Bowl Stadium on January 1st. For 2020, so some really exciting stuff. Let's get right into this. So the Anaheim Ducks are back at it again. They had their 2018-2019 third jersey as like a commemorative jersey for the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. It seems like they are going back to orange, full orange, which I'm okay with. I got to get myself one of those orange jerseys. I want to get the one they had a couple of years ago, but I'm waiting to see what this jersey looks like. Very exciting. The Anaheim Ducks, one of my favorite teams, and it seems like they're going from one third to the next. So this was just for this year. It's a special anniversary jersey, and next year they're rolling out the black. So we'll see what happens. I know a lot of people loved the Anaheim jersey this year. I was not that big of a fan, to be honest. I'm not a fan of those eggplant, dark blue. It wasn't a fan for me. Maybe I had to live through it to really enjoy it. But I definitely am more of a fan of the orange, the traffic cone color. So it seems like the Boston Bruins are rumored to be one of those teams. And make sure to check out Aesthetics. They're the ones responsible for all this information. So make sure to check them out as well. They've got some really great content on hockey jerseys. But anyway, back to the Boston Bruins. So the Bruins seem to be getting a new third jersey, possibly using their Winter Classic jersey from this past season, which I really enjoyed. It would be interesting to see that in black, though. I don't know how well that would look, but maybe they try that, or they maybe try yellow. Who knows? But I would love to see arm stripes, kind of like this jersey, with the Boston Bruins, with the black and white, or maybe black and gold and white, and I think that would look good for the Boston Bruins. This seems to be one of the newer things, is the arm stripes, so we'll see what happens. We've seen New Jersey do this, a prime example, and it looks really good with that black and white. Oh man, it looks great. So we'll see what the Boston Bruins do. They could kind of do that same thing if they have a full yellow jersey with black and white stripes, or they do a full black jersey with just the yellow and white, which is basically the situation they have right now. The Buffalo Sabres are also on this train in the rumor mill, as it seems like they will be getting a third jersey for 2019-2020, and it more than likely, I would love to see a royal blue throwback. The blue and yellow with the blue with the yellow stripes. Really nice jersey, and it reminds the Sabres fans of the days, in the late '80s, early '90s Sabres, and we'll see what they end up doing. But I that seems more than likely what they will do. We saw, maybe they bring back the Winter Classic from Citi Field 2 years ago when they played the Rangers. So maybe we'll see some version of that come back. we'll see what happens with the Sabres. Or maybe they do something completely new. I mean, you could always bring back the Buffalo Slug, right? All right, everybody, calm down, calm down, calm down. Okay. The Chicago Blackhawks making some serious changes, it seems, to their primary uniforms. I mean, it could be something as simple as a collar change, which was mentioned in aesthetics. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I would love this. Maybe they bring back the lace. They haven't had lace on their sweaters for a long time, but I feel like Adidas is trying to get away from the lace, and I have to say, it really looks awful on the new third jerseys with this, this collar kind of tighter. And the way the logo is, it does. I love the lacing, but it looks horrible on the new Adidas jerseys, in my opinion. But we'll see. Maybe the Blackhawks, now that teams are picking up on their, the stripes strategy, they try something completely different. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting because there's a lot you could do. I mean, you look at the color in the Blackhawks jersey. There's red, there's yellow, there's green. I'm looking at one right now. Red, yellow, green, white, black. You could really do anything with that. And I would like to see them stay away from the black because nothing against this past year's Winter Classic jersey, but I think the black is starting to grow a little old. I really love that red that they have in their jersey. Or they try something completely different. Who knows? But I feel like green may be an issue because Sioux Falls has that same kind of logo with the green jersey. So maybe they stay away from that as well. But we'll see what happens with the Blackhawks. It seems like there's going to be some major changes to their jersey. So the Colorado Avalanche. I loved their stadium series a few years back with the big numbers on the sleeve. A lot of teams did that. I only have the Minnesota Wild and the Detroit Red Wing jerseys in that style, but I absolutely love them. Some of my favorite jerseys, by far. 2020 Stadium Series. They're back at a Stadium Series again at the U.S. Air Force Base. Probably something new. And maybe they go back to like a Rockies logo with the triangle and maybe a new... I don't know. I don't like to see with the dot in the middle. I think it's too simplified. We look at some of the best logos in the NHL. The Minnesota Wild, the Boston Bruins, the Chicago Blackhawks. They've got some real detail in there. And I feel like that Colorado jersey it's kind of an eyesore, honestly. It's just there's not enough going on in that logo. And I don't know, I'm just not a big fan. And even with this Islanders jersey, it almost reminds me of like they're trying to do like what the Giants do, or the New York Giants, or the Yankees, or the Mets, like that. Just the NY, like it's just too simple for me. And I feel like Colorado is kind of doing the same thing with just the C and the dot. It's just very simple. It's a little too bland, in my opinion. So we'll see. Maybe the Avalanche do something really cool for this Stadium Series. They've been trying new stuff out in the Stadium Series jerseys in the past. So we'll see what happens this go around. All right, so taking a look at the Dallas Stars as we're getting into some of the more interesting topics for 2019-2020. Dallas Stars will be playing in the 2020 Winter Classic game at the Cotton Bowl Stadium. Something new, and I don't know how many rumors there are about this, but I would love to see a red, white, and blue version of the Dallas Stars current jersey. I love the green. It's something different. We need more green in the NHL, but I really love the idea of adding that Texas flag logo maybe somewhere and adding some red, white, and blue to that jersey. I think that would be something really unique, something really interesting, and it would really change the way the Dallas Stars look. And maybe it's too much of a copy of Texas or, a team like that, or the Rangers maybe, but I think it would really look, it could look really nice. You have a nice dark blue jersey with like a red logo, and then the white in filling out I think that would be a really sharp, interesting look for the Dallas Stars. Or maybe they went full red to change it up. So they could do something really interesting with that jersey. Or maybe they do something. This would be another thing I would love. If they kept the green, maybe made it more of like a dark green, and then they have like that cream colored, almost like the Rangers in I believe 2012 or 2010, something like when they played the Flyers. The Flyers had like an orange cream jersey that like white, that offset white could look really sharp with the that color green. So we'll see what happens with the Dallas Stars. Maybe they do that. I would love to see something, especially a game that's played in a really different environment. I mean, not that it doesn't snow there, but it's not. I don't know. That's up for discussion. That's for another day. But it seems like the NHL trying to expand their horizons with the Winter Classic. It's starting to get a little bit stale, having it year after year on all the Stadium Series games. That's something I'll talk about in another video. But the Winter Classic, they're trying something different. I wouldn't be surprised if the jersey adds another flair for that game. Okay, so another team that some people may not like to see on here. We saw the Chicago Blackhawks and now the Detroit Red Wings. So the first time in Red Wings history, they will have a regular third jersey. They have plenty of outdoor jerseys to choose from. The only current Red Wings jersey I have is the Stadium Series jersey with the big D on the front. They have a couple jerseys with the D, but the one with the wings kind of on the side, I think that was a really good look for the Red Wings, and I wouldn't mind them going back to something like that. There was like a weird like white stripe going across, like kind of sideways, like swooping down. I really liked that jersey. We'll see if that's what the Red Wings do. I would love to see them do something like that. We'll see what happens though with the Red Wings. Okay, so now the Edmonton Oilers, as they have technically a third jersey this year, but it's really been their regular jersey. It was rumored that they were going to bring back the royal blue retro jersey, which I think that makes the most sense. I mean, I'd love to see them do something completely new and different, but seems like more than likely they will go back to that royal blue. I believe they went back to that this year, but they made some changes to it or whatever. So we'll see what the Edmonton Oilers do with that. But really not much. I mean, I'm not as excited for the Oilers jerseys now. I really like the orange jersey they have, but I really like the one that they had with the Reebok, with the blue numbers and the orange jersey. I think it looked a little bit sharper than the current. Not that I don't like the current, but I definitely liked the Reebok version a lot better. So the Florida Panthers are going to get their first third jersey since the rebrand of the team a few years back. They might bring a reincarnation of the Leaping Panther. I think that would be something interesting to look at. Just taking a look at what they've had, this jersey, a couple of years back that they used. Probably one of my favorite Panthers jerseys from the new one. The little shoulder patch is Florida. A pretty nice jersey. But the word mark is definitely a little much. I don't think they're going to go back to this style, but maybe the coloring. Maybe they go back to that coloring. We'll see what happens. But the Florida Panthers, I don't know. I feel like that's a little too simple, but I feel like that's the easier thing for the Panthers to use. So more than likely, they'll be going back to the Leaping Panther with the new rebranded look. So next is the Los Angeles Kings, who will be playing the Avalanche in that Air Force game at Falcon Stadium. I would love to see a purple retro jersey come back, or maybe yellow, or maybe they bring back the Gretzky era shield and the lines on the side. I would love to see something like that for the Los Angeles Kings. A couple of years ago, we saw them at another stadium series with the striping, when they played the San Jose Sharks. A pretty sharp jersey. Um, but I feel like they're going to do a little bit of a throwback. It seems like a lot of teams are doing throwbacks. We saw the Ducks do it this year. The Calgary Flames do it as well. The Oilers. There's a bunch of teams. So we'll see what happens. But the Kings, I think they should go back to that, purple, yellow crown. I would love to see that. And we'll see what happens with the Los Angeles Kings. All right, so the Minnesota Wild, infamous for having terrible jerseys. No, I'm kidding. No, the Minnesota Wild have some really good jerseys, actually. And taking a look at the Minnesota Wild a couple of years ago, they were one of the first teams to do the striping on the sleeves, and it looks really sharp. And, they've got the logo, which is a perfect logo. They've got the perfect color scheme, I think. And I really love the cream color look, the offset white, State of Hockey patch. I love that. But, if the Minnesota Wild went back to a red jersey, that would be something interesting to look at because, we saw them a couple years ago do that with the circle and the Minnesota Wild around the main logo. It kind of took away from the main logo, which I think is probably the strongest asset that they have is that really good logo. But we'll see what happens. Bring back the Stadium Series look, please. See what happens, though. All right, so looking at Nashville, they're expected to get a third jersey. Maybe they go back to the navy blue look. I remember a couple of years back they had that navy blue look with the white striping and the blue and black checkerboard along the waist, and I think that looked really sharp. I'd love to see something like that come back. I do like the yellow, but it's starting to grow a little bit old. I really enjoyed. I like those flashy looking jerseys like the Predators have, but their newest version of the yellow is definitely not my favorite. So hopefully this third jersey eventually evolves into the regular home jersey. But we'll see what happens. So they're getting a new third jersey, and they will be getting the Winter Classic jersey at the Cotton Bowl Stadium when they play the Dallas Stars. So a big year for the Nashville Predators, not only on the ice with the playoffs, but they also have new jerseys for next season to look forward to. So the New York Rangers are expected to get a new third jersey. More than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a retro, back to the navy blue look, or maybe the Lady Liberty comes back, or maybe a more modern look, a simplistic look of that Lady Liberty logo. Obviously, being an Islander fan, I'm not a fan of the Rangers, but their current jerseys I am not a fan of. Just the New York, again, it reminds me of that, even this Islanders jersey, to be honest. It reminds me too much of like what the Mets and the Giants and the Jets and the Yankees, basically all the New York sports teams do this for some reason. They have a habit of just taking the New York logo and either putting a hockey stick or a football under it, or putting the Y through it, like the Mets and Yankees do, which when I was younger, I couldn't draw those logos because they were so alike. But anyway, the Rangers, they got to get something new. Get a Statue of Liberty mascot in the process. Have him fight Gritty, or her, whatever it is. Have it fight Gritty, and that would be interesting. That would definitely be something. Or, King Kong. Why don't you have King Kong part of the logo, right? Why not? Have him as a mascot. It's a great way to bring in a new mascot. So whatever the Rangers do with this third, maybe a little bit of a rebrand for this team. Now that they're rebuilding, if they bring in a guy like Panarin or Carlson over the summer, it's a good rebrand, and it allows the team to kind of breathe some new life into the organization. So we'll see what the Rangers do. They'll probably do something boring like New York with cream color white and dark blue, but who knows? We'll see what the Rangers end up doing, though. So on to the Ottawa Senators. They can't stay out of the news. So they are getting a new third jersey, more than likely. And again, these are all speculative. That somebody saw, what the lineup was for Adidas, which teams are going to get new jerseys. They were pretty accurate last season, so we'll see what happens this year. The new third jersey, likely, and it's probably going to be a precursor to what we're going to see with the new rebrand of the Ottawa Senators coming up in the next couple of years. It seems like we're still 2 or 3 years away from that rebrand, as someone said a couple weeks ago. But we'll see what happens with the Ottawa Senators. And, the Senators are where they are in the NHL, kind of a dumpster fire. So a new rebranded look would definitely help the Senators. And like I said, this may be a step in that direction leading into a new rebrand. Maybe they incorporate the Big O. I'd like to see something different than the Big O. The Senator look like a gladiator, I don't know how much I really like that. Maybe they just put Spartacat on the logo with like the O around it. I don't know, but we'll see what the Ottawa Senators end up doing. I would love to see them keep the red. I think the red is a really good look. Please, no more black jerseys, but I have a feeling they could do that as well. So we'll see what happens. The Vancouver Canucks. So the Canucks are going to have a big year in terms of jerseys, third jerseys, primary jerseys. We'll get into that. So a new primary jersey, home and away, in time for the 50th anniversary of Vancouver Canucks hockey. Maybe just a removal of the word mark Vancouver on the logo they currently have. Removing the Vancouver right here. Maybe making the main logo a little bit broader. That is a really nice logo. Vancouver breaking through the ice. We'll see what happens though. Or maybe a new updated Orca look. They could do that as well. Maybe instead of having it look like a C, maybe they do it where he looks like a V with his fins, like shooting up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. As well as a new third jersey, which could incorporate this new rebranded look. So the Vancouver Canucks are in store for a pretty big year. And then obviously, as many have talked about, this past winter they did a fan vote on a alternate jersey for the 50th anniversary. It's a throwback jersey, and it will be the Flying Skates logo. So we'll see. That'll probably be a fun game to watch and see them do that. So it's a fun season for jerseys for the Vancouver Canucks, and we'll see what this new updated look is for the Vancouver Canucks. And maybe do they get rid of the green? That's something I've thought about. Do they get rid of the green, the blue and green? I don't know. I think it's a unique look at a jersey, blue and green. Maybe they go full green and then like black, like green black. But we've already seen Dallas do that, so do they want to follow Dallas? I don't know. And then with Seattle coming, so we'll see what happens. But definitely an exciting season for Vancouver in terms of jerseys in 2019 and 2020. All right, so the Winnipeg Jets. They will be holding a Heritage Classic in Regina. Maybe a Blue Jets throwback. So we've recently seen the white throwback. Maybe they try the blue. I think the throwback Winnipeg Jets jersey looks unbelievable. And how much attention has that white jersey gotten? I believe they'll do that in blue, get the same results, and people will buy it. It's a different look. It's the same style, but a different color and color scheme for the numbers and things like that. So we'll see what happens, but I think that would be an interesting look for the Winnipeg Jets. And paying homage to the former Winnipeg Jets, some would argue that's Arizona, paying homage to the old Arizona Coyotes, but that's besides the point now. But Winnipeg has a hockey team. They want to support them and give a throwback to those fans who remember the team back in the day. Saving some of the biggest news for last. So the Vegas Golden Knights will get their first third jersey in franchise history for the 2019-2020 season. Expect something that stands out and could be gold, but I would love to see red. You look at their current jersey, obviously the gold stands out. It's something that definitely stands out, and people, the owner actually said, he's like, I like the gray, but it reminds me too much. It reminds him too much of just any other regular jersey. So I personally like the gold, the idea of a gold jersey, because I don't know, the white. That's why I had the option of either a white or a gray Vegas jersey, and I wanted the white because it just stood out more, and I think the logo itself stands out more on the silver gray look, but I think a new rebrand, and like I said, if they went to something like a red, like the sleeves, oh man, this could be a really sharp jersey. But we'll see what happens with the Vegas Golden Knights. Like I said, they want something flashy, so we might be seeing a gold jersey for the Vegas Golden Knights next season. Thank you for watching us here at Goal Line Hockey, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe as well. And this has been a little bit of a overview of some of the season, 2019-2020 season jerseys. Like I said earlier, these are all rumors. None of this is factual. No teams have really released a lot of this information, but it's kind of little leaked pieces here and there that collect the information we have. We'd like to give Aesthetics some credit for this information. Make sure to check them out, and I'll see you all later. And let's see how many of these jerseys really come to fruition. It'll be really exciting. And hockey season is never over, right? We always got something.